for me.
Toe sucking. Who was this and just why?
It's 1992. Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, and Prince Andrew had been divorced for a few months, and Fergie rents a place in the south of France as she took her financial advisor, John Bryan, with her. And not only that, but a pap found them and took photos.
Today's story is a major twist in the fast-growing chaos surrounding Sarah Ferguson. Just when everyone thought she was flying off to Portugal to stay quietly with Princess Eugenie, a shocking new claim says she has suddenly changed course. And this new plan includes Princess Beatrice, a newly fixed-up side building, propane tanks, and what neighbors are calling a strange new arrival. And yes, the timing looks extremely suspicious. This is messy, this is revealing, and it shifts the entire picture. Before we dig in, remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next turn in this story. Fergie is said to be panicking. Her ex-husband, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, has now lost everything. Titles gone, honors gone, whatever tiny piece of royal respect he still had gone. And Sarah, who spent years choosing to live with him at Royal Lodge, has been pushed out too. No title, no role, no official position, and now no home of her own.
Stripped Andrew of his HRH status and his public duties, and effectively he was a pariah publicly anyway. It would have been impossible for him to conduct royal duties on behalf of the family. And the king has taken it further and stripped him of private funding in a bid to kind of smoke him out of Royal Lodge.
For the first time since the 1980s, Sarah Ferguson is without a home and may actually have to pay rent. But this is where the fallout from the Epstein scandal has brought her. A complete collapse of her status. A few weeks back, reports claimed Princess Eugenie was preparing a room for her mother inside a luxury £3.6 million villa in Portugal. Ocean views, warm weather, privacy, a fresh new beginning far from the spotlight. It sounded perfect, almost suspiciously perfect. And Fergie was reportedly preparing to escape the UK, packing her things, checking out, and leaving the mess at Windsor behind. Except now it seems that may have only been a distraction, because a new report has exposed what is really happening. According to new updates, Princess Beatrice has quietly finished a major upgrade at her £3.5 million Cotswolds estate. And not just a small fix, an entire remake of the Granny Annex. New stone, repaired walls, new paint, updated gutters, a new entrance, everything. And this week, the whole road was blocked so crews could deliver propane gas tanks during the first winter freeze. Locals say it clearly means one thing. Someone is getting ready to move in, and that someone might be Sarah Ferguson.
Is it right to say the public purse is missing money from the rent he's allegedly not paid?
Well, I don't have the details of that, and I haven't seen and had a chance to go through that information.
One neighbor said it perfectly. It would suit Fergie, wouldn't it? It may not look like a royal residence from the outside, but it's probably beautiful on the inside. In other words, the former Duchess might not be leaving Britain at all. She could be settling into Beatrice's place in the Cotswolds, which raised the obvious question. Why won't she go? Why Beatrice? Beatrice is the calmer one, the sensible one, the stable presence in a family full of disorder. While her parents have spent years bouncing from scandal to scandal, Beatrice has stayed far away from trouble. So the idea that she is giving her disgraced mother a private annex on her own land says a lot. Sources say Beatrice has always been closer to Fergie than most people think. She is the middle point, the go-between, the calming force between Andrew, Sarah, and the rest of the royal family.
The happiest divorced couple, as they describe themselves. She describes herself as being divorced to rather than divorced from him. I've heard her say on multiple occasions what a kind man he is, what a good father, what a good grandfather. But I think what's controversial in these comments is what she says about him being able to come out of the spotlight and get on with his life, because
Bringing Fergie into her home puts Beatrice straight into the center of the trouble, and it puts her up against the palace, which would much prefer to keep Sarah far away while the Epstein fallout keeps spreading. But maybe that is exactly the intention, because something much bigger seems to be building. Rumor has it Sarah Ferguson is in talks with American TV networks for a 6-figure tell-all interview, a full conversation, no handlers, no palace protection. And let's be honest, the last time this family attempted a TV confession, Andrew created the biggest royal disaster of the century, and the palace remembers it. And the palace is terrified because Fergie is unpredictable. She talks too much. She drifts. She speaks with emotion. She reveals things she shouldn't. And unlike Andrew, she has no title left, no rank, no official position to defend. For the palace, a Sarah Ferguson interview is a nightmare scenario, which makes this sudden move to Beatrice's estate seem far less like a warm family choice and far more like a strategic form of containment.
I can have someone a patron for charities that are helping children, and this patron is openly friends with a known paedophile, and she knew he was a paedophile by that point. Makes me want to vomit.
I mean, there are certain things you can recover from, JJ, right? We had a prince that was involved in tampon.
Let's think about this clearly. Why would she give up a luxury Portuguese villa with a ready-made room for a small annex in the Cotswolds? Because staying in the UK gives her something she wants badly: access, closeness, visibility. Sarah Ferguson has always enjoyed staying near the royal circle, close enough to feel important, close enough to be noticed. Being tucked away overseas does not suit her at all. And there's something else important. If she really plans to do this tell-all interview, she will want full attention on herself, not hiding far away in another country, but right here in Britain, where the story will explode loudest. So yes, this sudden change is actually believable, but it could create a huge problem for King Charles. The palace already wants space from Andrew and from anyone connected to the Epstein disaster.
British tabloids have published emails sent by the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, the former wife of Prince Andrew, that appear to show Sarah Ferguson thanking pedophile, disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein for their, quote, supreme friendship. The significance of that is...
But Fergie living at Beatrice's estate means she is both physically and symbolically back near the royal world. While it does give the palace a bit of control, her nearness sends the wrong signal. But here's the one advantage for the royals. If Fergie is nearby, people can check in, advice can be given, warnings can be shared, and someone can watch her actions. If she disappears to Portugal and chooses to speak freely on an American talk show, the palace would have no defense, no influence, no way to limit the damage. So this may be a reluctant middle ground. Not ideal, but better than the alternative. But the real question is this: what does all this mean for Sarah and Andrew? Because behind closed doors, things are said to be far more tense than the public realizes. For years, they presented themselves as the happiest divorced couple in the country. 2 exes sharing a mansion, vacations, finances, and endless loyalty. But the cracks have deepened, and the newest reports are extremely harsh. Insiders say their relationship is unstable, and communication has almost stopped. Andrew, in a cold moment, has reportedly told Sarah to stay away while he deals with his humiliating downfall. The united front is gone. The old partnership is fading. He is said to be angry, resentful, and struggling. Sarah is said to be upset, drinking more, and privately shaken by what recent events have revealed. The woman who defended him for years is now pulling back emotionally, even if she cannot yet move away physically. She seems to be blaming him for his actions, ignoring her own part in this. For the first time, whispers say this may truly be the end of their unusual, long-running bond that confused the public for years. The old Royal Lodge team might finally be finished. This entire situation is changing fast, and this sudden shift shows the royal family is still dealing with Andrew's downfall. Sarah's move toward Beatrice's property places her nearer to the institution she claims she's no longer tied to. It also puts brighter attention on her. The move changes the family dynamics and signals that the wider Windsor group may no longer be willing to maintain the old habits or the old loyalties. The strain between Sarah, Andrew, and the royal family is growing, and the next stage will likely be even more revealing than the last. If you want the newest updates on Fergie's next choices, Andrew's crumbling position, and the palace handling the fallout, make sure to subscribe. The next chapter will be important. Thank you for watching.